Good morning, friends of St. Paul's. Today is Wednesday, December 2nd, and we are in the season of Advent. Advent is a time when we prepare for the coming of Christ into our lives and into our world. It's the time before Christmas. It's a time when we set up trees in our homes, like this one behind me, and we sing special songs and we eat special foods and we light candles and we light our homes and we celebrate the coming Christ. This Advent is different from other Advents because we will be spending it at home. At St. Paul's, we'll be worshiping from home, continuing with our YouTube services and some parking lot communion. It's going to be a different time for us as people of faith, and people all around the world who are Christians will be experiencing Advent in a different way this year. And so every Wednesday, we're going to gather for a bit of time where we'll have some singing and some candle lighting and just a time to reflect on the season. The first week of Advent marks the week of hope. There are 4 candles on the Advent wreath, and the first week is the one that we think of the candle signifying hope. And so we light this candle and consider what it means to be hopeful. Hope, to me, can be elusive at times. This is a gift that comes from God that reminds us, even when everything seems bleak or lost, that nothing is impossible with God. We're going to think a little bit more about hope, but for now, let's sing our candle lighting song. Light one candle to watch for Messiah. Light one candle to watch for Messiah. Let the light banish darkness. He shall bring salvation to Israel. God fulfills the promise. This week, as we light this one candle and watch for our Messiah around us, we're focusing on this idea that all is not lost. In a year filled with a lot of despair, feelings that things might never change, people experiencing great suffering with the loss of jobs and income, the loss of life, the stress we're all experiencing living during this pandemic and this challenging time in our world, the gift of hope may seem far away. Sometimes people think of hope as something like wishful thinking. Maybe they think, oh, I hope it will rain tomorrow. Oh, I hope I get to talk with my best friend this week. Oh, I hope these cookies turn out well. But the hope that we talk about when we talk about God and God's hope is something else. This is not a hope that's based on optimism. This is not a hope that's based on our ability to manifest nice, good things. Rather, hope is a gift that comes from God. And in Romans chapter 5, we read that hope does not disappoint us. The hope that God brings to us, the hope that the Holy Spirit whispers into our ear and reminds us that all is not lost, that God is with us, and the things that we dream for, the things that God dreams for, are not impossible, comes to life this season in Jesus. All along the way, we will receive messages of hope on the way to the manger as the story unfolds. We will see an interaction between Mary and Elizabeth, hope embodied in Mary's womb. This weekend, we will read a story of hopefulness from John the Baptizer, who comes out of the wilderness into community. Others come out from the city to hear him as he talks about the hope that comes from God's entrance into the world. And so, my friends, I want to encourage you during this season of Advent to notice the ways that hope has not disappointed you in the past. Not just about those cookies turning out well or talking to your friend, but what are the places where you were filled with such despair that have been transformed into something else? Maybe during this time of pandemic, something that you expected to be nothing but pain has also borne fruit. Where are you noticing hopefulness? And today, I also want to share with you a special song to begin our Advent journey. When I was a seminarian, I took a class called Worship and the Arts. I love music, I love the arts, and I like thinking about special ways to incorporate different forms of art into our worship life. And so I took the opportunity to put together a couple special Advent songs and to write my own lyrics for a song that I call Come to Advent. I hope you'll enjoy it. Come, thou long expected Jesus, born to set thy people free from our fears and sins. Release us, let us find our rest in thee. Israel's strength and consolation, hope of all the earth, thou art dear desire of every nation, joy of